There's nothing to do at Disney's Animal Kingdom and Walt Disney World Resort, located in Florida. But don't get the blues just yet, folks, because we're here to bring you the good news that, well, it's an empty zoo. So go check out the animals while there's no humans to be found. Hello, folks, and welcome back to That Park Place. It is the most lovely YouTube channel of them all. And yes, we have measured. It's statistical. It's objective. And folks, we are here with Vash Sky, who will be delivering his subjective opinions, but based entirely on amazing facts. Welcome, Vash.
Thank you so much for having me, bro. Yes, based on facts indeed. And there are some hard facts, as Walt Disney would like to say, surrounding Disney's Animal Kingdom and the demand that it is seeing with, well, the amount of attractions that there are available at that park. Let's go ahead and bring up WW Passport just to see the problem at Disney's Animal Kingdom. Please, go ahead, bro.
Well, Vash, I see problem number one. For our Spanish speakers out there, we would say el problema numero uno. And here's what it is. Let's count the rides together, folks. Avatar Flight of Passage 1, Dinosaur 2, and if you wonder why is Dinosaur behind a giant series of walls to get there, it's because they can't afford to close it down. There's nothing else to do. But Dinosaur's number 2, Expedition Everest number 3, Kali River Rapids number 4, Kilimanjaro Safaris number 5. Sorry, we don't count meeting your favorite Disney pals. That's called a meet and greet, folks. So we're not going to count that. Navi River Journey is number 6, I believe, Vash. And is there anything else below that?
No.
Okay.
There's nothing below that. That's it for that list right there. What surprises me the most is Avatar Flight of Passage. With so very few attractions available in this park, it's still only at 45 minutes, which is nothing. That might even be lower than that. It might just take you, 15 minutes just to walk to the queue, but they're listing it as 45 here.
That's right, folks. We are recording this September 22nd, and by the magic of YouTube, you're watching it at a later date. However, what you need to see is, they close this thing at 6 p.m. This is really, they by definition have turned this into a half-day park. There's not even a nighttime thing going on, and there's nothing to do there. So before you spend your hard-earned money, and by the way, they've dropped this thing down for Florida residents tremendously on the cost, but before you spend your hard-earned money on Disney's Animal Kingdom, which up until recently was one of my favorite parks, they've obliterated the place. So can I tell you not to go? No, I'm not going to do that. You decide. You decide, folks. Is it worth your time to go to a place that has 6 rides? 6 rides. That's what it has. Now, I know you can go watch Nemo, and I know you can go do The Lion King. But in terms of rides, it has 6. Now, to put that into perspective for you all out there, traditionally, this is a park that would cost you more than $100 to go to per day. And by the way, Dollywood in East Tennessee, not in Florida, we understand, but Dollywood, which has been rated the #1 theme park in North America by TripAdvisor year after year after year. Don't argue with me, go argue with America. Dollywood has, well, they charge traditionally less. That's changed now just recently because Disney's desperate. But Dollywood typically has a cheaper ticket for you to go there. And the rides, well, Animal Kingdom has 6 rides. Dollywood has 60, Vash. 60 rides. So this is the problem for Disney now. And I don't want to be mean to them, Vash, because I know they just lost an animal that was, it had been there since the beginning, and we hate that. We don't want any creatures to pass away. It's a sad thing indeed to lose one of their silverback gorillas. We're not trying to be mean. I'm just trying to tell you, folks, you spend a lot of money. You spend a lot of money to get there, and it's a beautiful place. But current modern Disney management has messed it up big time. They've messed up bigly. And how? By taking away basically anything to do. 6 rides, Vash. How did we arrive at this point?
Well, I think Disney was really banking on the various animal enclosures and experiences to really up the amount of things that people could actually do in this park. And to be honest, a lot of those enclosures, a lot of those animals, well, they take up a sizable amount of this park's entire operating budget. So from kind of a math standpoint, it's like, okay, well, there's plenty enough to do. We're certainly paying for that. Unfortunately, the animals and seeing these creatures in their habitats, that might be nice for the first couple of years, but I think that has maybe diminished in terms of an actual attraction that people are actually attracted to. And that's the most unfortunate part about this. Otherwise, they really haven't provided this park with the litany of attractions that are available at their other parks at Walt Disney World, particularly Magic Kingdom for sure, but maybe even other attractions like even Disney's Hollywood Studios. Disney Hollywood Studios benefits from the amount of entertainment offerings that are actually there. At Animal Kingdom, that's a little bit less so. I understand they have the Lion King and Nemo, but those aren't necessarily the big draws that you might encounter at some of those other parks right there. So, and let's be honest, bro, this park was underbuilt to begin with. So all of these things, I think, creates a witch's brew of not a lot of things to do. The shortened hours, I mean, come on, that's why would you pay full price for a Disney theme park when you're not getting the full Disney theme park experience by actually being able to be there for the entire day?
Well, and here's the other thing, Vash. So this is a park that, at least the major part of it is it's a zoological kind of experience. It's supposed to be a zoo, but they've pulled back from the animals too. So like when they're building this new thing with the Encanto theme, right? That's going to replace Dinoland. They're not bringing any live animals that we understand, right? And when they did Pandora, there's no real animals over there. And okay, fine, whatever. But they've scaled back on this. And the problem there is now the park doesn't have an identity anymore. It's yet another IP experience, I guess you could say. And you know what? Back in 1989, when Disney MGM Studios opened with only 2 real rides, they could kind of get away with it because they said, hey, this is a half-day park right now. Right? They could say that. And then they had Star Tours that came out after the opening, and they had Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular that came out after opening. They started adding. Animal Kingdom is a park that's been around since, I believe, 1998. Is that right, Vash? It was 98 that it was built. That's off the top of my head. I think that's right.
Yes, 98, yep.
Okay, so 98. This park has been around now for a very long time. We're coming up on 30 years. And they have actually diminished it. I mean, that's impressive. Yeah. That is really impressive. Now, they're adding some new things back. They're going to add some stuff. So we're going to get a carousel, marginal ride. We're going to get Encanto, probably be a great ride. And we're going to get a return to, something in the tree with Zootopia.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And Indiana Jones replacing Dinosaur.
And Indiana Jones, but that's replacing something that currently is open still.
Correct.
So, folks, what we're here to tell you is we can't just come onto this channel and say, hey, you might want to think about not going to Animal Kingdom for a couple years. I can't do that. I'd love to do that. But what I got to say is I don't see in the near term, midterm, I don't see any evidence that they plan to make this be a full day park.
Right.
And they're kind of admitting it because they have no plans that I can tell to have this thing opened after dark. And that's a shame because Pandora was designed for that. Expedition Everest is a different ride entirely. After dark, the park has all kinds of lighting built into it. It's a beautiful park at night. It's a half-day park. It's a half-day park, Vash, and I don't see any end to it. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I don't see any end of it either because they gave up on what could have made this an all-day park. Like, for example, the Rivers of Light. They still have that stadium. They still that they built at a great expense and great cost. They still have a lot of that infrastructure that they actually put in order to accommodate Rivers of Light type production. And so they've given up on that nighttime program right there. They actually shipped in a lot of the animals that had different patterns, specifically that they were active at night in order to get the safari, something to see if you were actually there at night. And let's not forget the great lighting package that they actually installed with the opening of Avatar and the World of Pandora. So, they've given up on so many of these things. This Chester's and Hester's area contained a litany of attractions that now are going away. In its place, like you said, a carousel and an Encanto ride. Those are going to be new things, but in terms of the attraction count, they really haven't gained all of that much. Maybe better quality attractions, sure, but in terms of the raw count, there aren't that many to be had here. And we've seen it, Pro. We've seen that when guests don't get at least 10 rides per day, their satisfaction level goes down. And there is simply, even after this big expansion that they're calling this, for Animal Kingdom, they're still not going to have, I think, 10 rides. They're still going to be at a deficit. So I think you're exactly right. They have given up on expanding, on offering more for this, I think, amazing park that has amazing potential and are just okay with giving or providing a subpar experience according to guests when surveyed.
One of the amazing things, Vash, is, and you bring that up correctly, there have been studies done that you need 10 or 11 rides a day for somebody to feel like they've had a good time. And that doesn't mean that you have 10 or 11 attractions, because people have different preferences when it comes to attractions. So you got to have like 25 rides, because you got to appeal to the thrill seekers and to the people who want, slow moving kinds of attractions, that sort of thing.
Sure.
Animal Kingdom will have 8. It will have 8. So 25 needed, 8 is what they're going to have. I hate it. I love a lot of the stuff about Animal Kingdom. One of my favorite things to do at all of Disney World is to go get a Starbucks and to sip it with friends and family outside the Tusker House and just people watch. I really enjoy that. I've been in the parks so many times that one of the things I enjoy is not necessarily the attractions, but I just love to watch families having a good time. There will not be that many families to watch the next time I'm at Animal Kingdom, because the value just isn't there. And we hate that. We really do. When we are negative about Disney, I want people to know what we're trying to do is have them aim higher and better for you. We want you to spend as little as is necessary to get the best possible experience as is possible. And that's what we're aiming for. That's why we're here. The cupcakers, the Disney shills, the pixie dusters, they can say all day long, you guys are so mean. And it's like, no, we just don't want the cupcakes that they give you so that you'll never be negative about them. We don't care about your cupcakes. We want families to get the best value. All right, folks, the best value you can give us is nothing more than a click of the like button. And we certainly would appreciate it. Also, share this out. Drop a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. Have you been to Animal Kingdom? Is it still worth it? Are we off base at all? We'd love to hear from you. And ladies and gentlemen, until the next time, we have the honor, the privilege, and the opportunity to spend time one with another. We send you on out this way. Thank you for being here. TPP is the place to be for all the news that should be fun.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.